Hey everybody! So this week I'll be talking about leveraging Wakelet for student learning for episode 9, our Pedagogy and Practice. So Wakelet is a tool that we can use to curate resources, and we can think about ways that we can use it to better support student learning, both for students and different moves that we can make as instructors. So if we're thinking about ways that we can use leverage Wakelet for students, we can have students create submissions using Wakelet. We can have students use Wakelet to curate resources for group projects and to collaborate with other students in the class. We can also think about ways that we can use Wakelet in our own teaching. So perhaps we decide to use Wakelet to curate additional resources, or we can use Wakelet to curate content on specific topics that are relevant to our teaching for our students. So these are just some ways that we can think about using Wakelet and why we would want to use it in our teaching. And now I'm going to show you actually how to use Wakelet. Okay, so now that we've talked about how we can use Wakelet in our teaching, I wanted to show you how we can embed it into our Canvas courses. So the first thing we're going to do is go to wakelet.com, and we can log in with our Microsoft Office credentials. And once we're here, we'll be able to create spaces, and within those spaces, we can create collections. So I'm going to go ahead and create a space on water bottles. So water bottles. And I can add an image. If I had an awesome image of a water bottle here, I would just click change image, and I could add that water bottle image. I think what I'll do in the meantime is just add this picture of me and my daughter so that you can see how to add a picture. There we go, and click done. And let it load as it does. And then you can see here we have this picture for the space, water bottles, and I'm going to click create. Okay, so this is the space. It's all about water bottles. Now if I want to create a new collection, I'm going to click on this plus button, and I can choose different ways that I want the layout to look. So I'm going to just use media view. And again, I can add an image. Maybe this would be a good place to add images of water bottles. And I'm going to say best water bottles ever! Exclamation point. Okay, so here's where I can add different resources. So we can add links, we can add text, images, bookmarks, PDFs, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to take this article on the best 8 water bottles, and I'm going to paste the URL right here. And as I do that, it adds it. What's cool is it gives it this little preview. You can see who added it and the date. So I'm going to make this unlisted so that people with the link can access it and can see the collection. I could also make it public if I wanted to. And I feel really good about this, so I'm going to click done. And now once I'm here, I can choose different ways to share this. So one of the things I want to do first is I want to make sure that I publish this water bottles profile. So I'm going to go to space settings, and I'm going to, here we see publish profile. I'm going to make sure that I publish this profile. So I'm going to click this little toggle button, and now it's published. So now if I want, I could share the entire space, and I could do this by clicking share. It gives a QR code that I could paste so that folks could scan this with their phones. I could also get the URL here, and I could share it that way. If I wanted to share just a specific collection, I can click on best water bottles ever, and I can click share. So if I do this, I can get the embed code, and I can copy the embed code, and then I can go over to Canvas, and in Canvas, maybe I have some directions on how to use Wakelet or what these resources. I'm going to explain what this water bottle resource is, and then I'll click Insert and this little embed, and I'll paste the embed code. Now, if you decide to embed it, students won't be able to add to it. If you want students to be able to add to it and you want to embed it, what you could do is you could say, I have the embed code here, and then you could click Invite and you can get the link. So you could say, if you want to add to this, go to the Wakelet board or the Wakelet collection. And then I'll highlight Wakelet collection and I'll insert external link and I'll paste that link. So that way students can both see the collection, click on the links without having to leave Canvas, but they also can contribute to it if they'd like to. I'm going to go ahead and click Save, and this is what it looks like. We have the page. Students can click here if they want to add to Wakelet, or they can look at the resources you have and click on them that way. It's a great way to have previews to websites if you have specific topics and you want to share a lot of resources. And bonus, it's mobile friendly. So that's it. I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoyed this Pedagogy in Practice. Bye.